we received a listener question from Christina in Alpharetta. Says she's preparing to list her home right after the holidays. It has a synthetic stucco exterior. We were nervous about buying it when we did, and are wondering what steps we should take to make sure our buyer doesn't have the same worries. Now, I asked you earlier today, do you have stucco homes in Dallas? Hard coat or synthetic stucco homes in Dallas? And your answer was
not really. Not many.
Your answer was 1 in 5,000. Now, I know that's not
I actually looked up the numbers.
Did you say that?
I said that.
Is that what it is?
No, it actually isn't.
Okay.
But I'll give you the number.
Okay.
So we talked in the previous segment about we had 42,000 homes for sale last month. And I actually looked it up on Zillow, how many homes in the Dallas area was stucco. 287.
Out of 42,000.
Out of 42,000.
I wish I had a calculator that I could use because I want to see how many 1s in 5. But don't worry about that.
It's not
you
1 in
have
5,000.
Almost no. Now, you have for the most part, stucco or synthetic stucco houses that are built in Atlanta now. But we had tons built in Atlanta in the late 80s and really throughout probably the mid 90s, same time when there was a lot of other class action lawsuit products. They do a lot of stucco in Florida, but they build the house out of cinder blocks and then they stucco the exterior of the cinder blocks. No way for that to settle or crack or anything like that. In Atlanta, they build a frame house. They put plywood on the outside, put like a metal lathe, like a screen, and then they put Portland cement on the outside of the house. Sometimes you can even look at the side of a house and it kind of starts to sag and it'll crack and there's things that are going on. Hard coat stucco is very different than synthetic stucco. In my opinion, if you have a synthetic stucco house, it should be more of a concern for you if you're ready to sell. So my advice for you, Christine, is very, very specific. Get your stucco inspected, understand exactly what the problems are, and if you can, get it fixed prior to closing and fixed by someone who will give you a warranty. So if you have a hard coat stucco home, you have several cracks down the south side of the home, you get those fixed, and the stucco company gives you something that says this is warranted for 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, whatever it is. And as an agent who has sold a lot of synthetic stucco homes over the years, my advice is you want to make that synthetic stucco home be as close to a brick home as you possibly can. And you're thinking, wait a minute, I can't do that. No, you can call somebody, and there are stucco companies that do only bonds, inspections, repairs, and then put a bond on a synthetic stucco home. You can't get a bond on a brick home that says water will never enter the home. You can't buy that, or at least I don't know that you can. But you can have somebody come out. I'm not going to give any vendors because I don't have any real preference. There's several companies in Metro Atlanta that will actually inspect it, give you a list of everything that's wrong, measure moisture inside of the wall, make all of the repairs, and then put a warranty in place. And when you have a synthetic stucco home that is warranted and is warranted by a company where you can continue to pay to renew that warranty, in my opinion, some people might look at that as even better than brick. The problem, Tammy, is synthetic stucco. You've had a styrofoam cooler before, right? That's what synthetic stucco is. So you have the plywood exterior of a home. You have a, let's call it a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch or maybe an inch thick piece of styrofoam board. I'm sure it's not just like a cooler, but that's what you would think it was. And then they put a little metal lathe over the top of it or like a little screen. And then they put this, what is called Drive It, I believe was the name of it. It's been so long since I said that, Drive It. And the problem is where the synthetic stucco was sealed to the trim around windows and doors. They were supposed to use a special type of caulking and use a backer rod, and they never did. And so as the caulk would expand and contract, it would get cracks. Water would get in behind the stucco. Now remember, it's behind the equivalent of a styrofoam cooler, meaning it stays there.
Yeah.
In a brick home, you have, 1.5 inches, 2 inches between the brick and the house. There's plenty of room for it, but not with a synthetic stucco home. So I think stucco homes are absolutely gorgeous. To me, they look big and French and provincial. And so I'm not saying anything bad about stucco homes, but what I am saying is if you've got a stucco home, you need to take some steps to make it seem like brick.